Hey, is everybody ready for a cool Shifty Sunday? Well, if you are, then sit back, relax, and grab yourself some snacks because Shifty Sunday starts now. Hey, everybody, welcome to Shifty Sunday. I'm your host with the most that likes beeswax on his toast, Hebro77 here, along with Amazon Lion and Sagittarically speaking. Woo! I mean, woo. How's everybody?
Whoa.
I liked that woo. Woo! How's that?
Oh, that was a pitch right there.
You know it.
I'm saving that for a soundbite.
Yeah, no, you got a good one in that one.
Yeah. That was a good woo. That was worthy of a Ric Flair type woo, by the way.
I remember seeing a movie once where they were actually auditioning women to come in and scream for a horror movie, and they just had to come in and they were rating their scream. It didn't matter, what they looked like or how old they were, or anything else, just how good they could scream.
Well,
They wanted to record.
I can hear my Halloween scream.
They wanted to have the really hear real scary, scared sounding screams for their movie. They would just put them in the sound effects. It made me realize that everybody's does have a unique scream.
I heard
Would you agree?
I heard they did the same thing for you porn, but although for different reasons.
Right. Kind of like laughing. Everybody has their own unique laugh. I'd say the same thing is true about screams. That everybody's scream is a little bit different. Would you guys agree or no?
I agree.
Oh, I definitely agree, but mine's definitely changed. I got that smoker's raspy scream now, whereas I used to have a soprano scream and I could break windows when I was younger.
I think it's funnier when men scream and they sound like a girl when they do it.
Oh, yeah, I get to hear Hebro77 scream all the time. I laugh every time.
Oh, wow.
It kind of goes, ah!
You were mentioning when you were younger, you were breaking windows, and now that you're older, you're breaking hearts.
Oh, yeah?
As you got older, yeah.
They call him Maurice. Did you know that?
The gangster of love?
Wee.
Oh, boy. So, are we going to have a show or are we going to have a show?
You know why some chickens are treated better than others?
Why is that?
The pecking order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of chickens, I hear Amazon Lion has a dad joke that involves chickens.
Oh, yeah? Which one was that?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, that one you told this morning.
Oh, I remember.
You know what day of the week? You know what day of the week chickens are afraid of, though, right?
What's that?
I was talking to a chicken the other day, and he gave me some vital little information about chickens. So I'll share some of the information he shared with me. Does this sound cool?
Okay, that sounds cool.
All right. Well, see, first of all, one thing you got to know about chickens is the day they fear the most is Friday.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just saying. A lot of chicken gets fried on Fridays.
No, I was telling a couple dad jokes this morning, and I remember the pants one. What did the socks say to the pants?
What's that?
I forgot.
Okay.
All I remember is that I was telling some dad jokes to my kid this morning.
That was even funnier than the actual joke you would have told.
Right? That's what really happens when you get up there. You try to tell a joke and you forget the joke mid-joke.
Even that in itself becomes the joke. So there you go.
Yeah, there you have it.
Oh, I remember now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start this all over again.
Yeah. What did the socks say to the pants?
What did they say?
What
Yo,
did the sock
britches.
say to the pants?
Yo, britches.
Huh?
You leave the R out. It's a slang term.
Oh, okay.
Britches?
Yeah, except you leave the R out when they're talking out on the streets.
Gotcha.
What up, britches?
Britches.
Yeah.
What up, britches? That's pretty good.
Oh.
And my kid goes, "What's britches? I don't get it." So I don't think she's ever heard the word britches for pants.
Yep, it's not like you use that word every day.
Yeah, I used to hear that. It's more of an old person term, like "pull up your britches, young feller." You know.
And the other one I told was something on Batman, but I
Batman.
can't recall it now.
Whoa. Well, I've got something here in my file that's. Hold on, let's see what that is. I forget what that is, but I got to share it. So you got. Excuse me. You guys go ahead.
Do you know why a chicken coop has 2 doors?
Why is that?
Well, if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan.
Instead of coop, I get it. Oh no, that's not a joke. What I had.
Uh-oh, look who it is.
Wait a minute. Who is what?
I see somebody in the comments.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Let me check it out. Oh, Go-Kart Bob. Oh, we're starting to pick up a little bit. We got a late start today because I was sitting there on my phone looking up stuff to send to Shifty Sunday, and then I got into the video section, the short section, and got to watching videos. So that's what slowed us up today. Hey, and we have bone-breaking action where egg prices are real.
BBA is somewhere out there.
I mean, what can I say after that? You know. What's up, BBA? Glad you're here. They done stole all the great taglines. Sorry.
But hey, you're talking about breaking glass. I should have said something more clever, like instead of breaking glasses, you are now kicking asses.
That sounded smooth, kind of like molasses.
Yeah.
But then I rubbed it on my glasses. You just got to put that one in there again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be the second verse.
Unless you want to go doing your taxes.
Huh. Oh yeah, it is almost tax season, isn't it? You know,
It is.
I got a notice in the mail about reporting income taxes and stuff like that. I'm like, the yoke's on you. I don't even have an income.
Yeah, the yoke. I got it. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I'm trying
Keeping
to
it chicken funny.
I'm trying to lead us into our next sort of segment when we talk about the cost of eggs.
Well, what do you mean?
I did
cost
send
of
in the
it.
chats how you can take care of that. You seen that, right?
Yes, and that goes right along with our story that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I was like, oh yeah, here we go. I gotta send this one.
But in case you haven't noticed, the prices of eggs have skyrocketed here lately. I know you and I said you talked about it over the phone, but I went to Aldi to do a little bit of grocery shopping, and I noticed that eggs are now, where I'm at least, $4 a carton, which you said to me, Saji. What did you say to me? Go ahead.
I said that is an extravagant amount. Extravagant.
Extravagant.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
He asked me earlier to go in to a store I was gotta go in for myself, and I'd forgotten to look. But earlier he'd asked me, "So how much are eggs now?" Well, I didn't know, so I just took a guess and said $1 an egg.
Some places it is as high as $1 an egg. Where
Yeah.
I live, it's about little over 50 cents an egg.
Well, I got 2.5 18 crates of eggs in my fridge. It's a good thing I got them around the holidays, and they're still not expired, so I'm good for a minute, at least till Easter.
I can't imagine them creating a black market for eggs, kind of like the whole breast milk thing for
I got a
pregnant.
couple memes that go with that, so they ought to be pretty good.
But I was sitting here thinking earlier, guys, that I was like, well, I could go without eggs. I've done that for a long time. But here's the problem: is when you start getting into products that have eggs in them as well. I mean, you have bread that's made with eggs. You have cupcakes, snack treats. You have certain
A lot
baked
of
goods.
stuff. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So, and not to mention the chickens. Like, how much higher are chickens going to be? Also,
Hmm.
I mean, it's going to affect a lot of products that we don't even think about the everyday that we use in our everyday lives, like not just eggs.
No, everything is kind of going up. Eggs are just a keynote example because it's easy to benchmark because you can kind of use it as a gauge for what's like for the system in its entirety.
Well, I think it's just a shame that most of us have to live in city limits, because I was telling Hebrew 77, if I lived out of city limits, I would definitely be getting a rooster and some chickens or hens.
Heck yeah, I think I would as well. There's no way I could grow them where I'm at. I wouldn't be allowed.
But it's crazy because it's just like you said about the whole formula crisis situation that happened. What, about a year ago?
What was it? Turkeys?
Well,
Last time
no.
it was turkeys, wasn't it?
Well, I was talking about when we had the baby formula shortage.
Oh yeah, the baby formula shortage.
Mm-hmm. Was there a shortage of turkeys?
I mean, yeah, there's been a shortage of turkeys before.
Mm.
Yeah, there has been.
You know what seems so funny to me is these shortages, and this may be just a coincidence, or this may be just my Mandela affected mind talking here, but it seems like the shortages seem to happen right around the holiday that the food is most associated with. Like the turkey shortage was probably around Thanksgiving. The egg shortage is coming right about a couple months before Easter. And then there was a chocolate shortage, I think, our candy bar shortage that appeared right around Halloween. And it seemed like as soon as those holidays got right up on the nose, the shortages ended. Or is it just me?
No, that's an interesting observation. I never correlated the two, but again, it does sound like they're creating a higher demand on purpose in order to achieve some form of price increase so that they can increase profits. But who ends up profiting the most? I mean, it sounds like is it really the farmer? Probably not. It's probably some production facility, bank board, corporate.
I was telling Hero 77 that I honestly believe it's ways to pay back the stimulus that they handed out.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, and you were talking about the baby formula thing, and I was looking at BBA's comment, and he said he saw pics of baby formula in landfills, and yeah, I saw that video too. And the workers were trying to say that it was because the baby formula was expired or something like that along that lines.
Gotcha.
I can't recall 100%, why they said they were doing it, but yeah, I saw that video.
But yeah, if you can grow your own, if you can raise your own chickens, you have your own eggs, that's the way to go right now for sure.
And
there is a cost to feeding them, though. You have to keep that in mind.
That's true. There is that. And maybe that, and who knows, maybe that in itself could be an issue as well. The cost of grain. But
yeah.
I do have an article here, and I'm going to let you guys decide which one of you is going to read it, because I'm not a very good reader, as you both know.
Right.
And I'm going to pop it up here. I mean, I can read it. I just think you guys are so much better readers than I am.
So it looks like I'm starting, or you want
it? If you can make it bigger, I'll read it, but I can't read it that size.
All right, let me see what I can do. No, I think that's about what I can do. Oh. But here is, hold on a second. Hold on. Actually.
No, I got it.
Actually,
I got it.
Actually, there's we can listen to it.
Yeah, it looks like you can listen to the article, and it says 4 minutes.
Okay, so let's press play, see how it sounds.
Why are egg prices still so high? It's not the reason you think.
Voice.
By Anthony Tellez. Top line. The median cost of a dozen eggs in the U.S. remain.
Would you rather read it or hear that voice?
It's no matter to me.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
You're okay with that voice?
Yeah, I've heard a lot worse.
Okay.
This one at least puts some fluency on it.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Means $4.25, over twice what it was a year ago. And while increased inflation in 2022 has contributed somewhat, the real reason egg costs remain high, as inflation otherwise eases, is an avian flu that has decimated chicken farmers, causing as many as 57 million chickens to be affected. Key facts. In a report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture that tracks food price outlook, eggs have risen up to 59% in December 2022, the highest year-over-year rise in prices among food items. The main reason egg prices remain high is the spread of an avian influenza virus which started in early 2022 and has already affected more birds than the 2015 outbreak, according to the Centers for Disease Control. The avian flu affects more than 100 species of birds and can spread quickly, with a mortality rate of 90% to 100% in chickens, according to the CDC. So far,
Now, the avian flu is
That's pretty high, 90 to 100% of them die.
yeah. So is that like the bird flu?
Yes. And last
Yeah.
year, they wouldn't even let you put out like bird seed or anything for the birds until later because the bird flu was going around last year. Because I'm one that puts bird seed out.
Yeah.
there have been
It's really sad.
birds culled because of the influenza virus across 47 states, according to data from the USDA, compared to the 50 million birds affected across 21 states in 2015. Avian influenza does occur from time to time and has been associated with human death in Asia, Africa, Europe, the Pacific and, while rare, some cases of the avian flu have caused illness in North America, says the CDC. In December, when egg demand was at an all-time high due to the beginning of the holiday season, and with inflation still high, the median price for a dozen eggs across the country was at $4.25, more than twice the year before, $1.78, according to data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. In some states, like California, egg prices are as high as $7 for a dozen, mainly attributed to a state law which requires egg producers to raise cage-free hens, that went into effect last year, and so far, the bird flu has killed 4 million cage-free hens alone, keeping supplies low as demand remain.
Did you hear that? 4 million. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, that'll be the next animal that's extinct. If it keeps going.
Yeah. Now, how much did you say eggs were where you're at, Saji?
Like between $6 and $7.
Wow.
Holy cow. Or
Man.
holy chicken, I should say.
Yeah, holy chicken.
Hi. Consumer eating habits also play a part in the sudden rise in egg prices, as egg consumption has risen 17% between 2012 and 2021, according to a report from the USDA, and has even outpaced red meats. As consumers wind down their egg consumption after the holidays, egg prices will begin to lower as egg producers have more time to stock up and focus on how to deal with the avian influenza virus before the next holiday demand in April, according to an egg market overview by the USDA. Surprising fact. While the cage-free requirement has kept California egg prices high, in other states that have...
You see, that's awfully kind of a little bit suspicious that it seems like they have just enough time to have them lowered by the holiday season. I don't know. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I hear you.
More lax rules for egg producers, organic or cage-free, might actually be the cheaper option. An earning report from Cal-Maine Foods, a top U.S. wholesale egg producer, noted conventional eggs went from $1.15 in 2021 to $2.88 in 2022, while specialty eggs, organic or cage-free, went from $1.81 in 2021 to only $2.37 in 2022. Crucial quote. "The flu is the most important factor affecting egg prices," said Mauro Abarbaru, a business analyst at the Egg Industry Center at Iowa State University, told the Washington Post. "We need to see if more birds are affected by influenza. In the event we get the outbreak under control, it will be better every month," he said about egg prices. Key background. The avian influenza, which has affected a majority of bird and egg producers across the U.S., started in February, with Iowa, the largest egg producer in the U.S., hit the hardest. The previous outbreak, which lasted between initial detection of the HPAI virus in December 2014 and final detection June 2015, had been one of the most significant animal health events in the U.S., according to a report from the USDA. A recent eggs market overview report from the USDA says that while wholesale prices of carton eggs begins to lower and demand loosens from holiday levels, consumer demand remains higher entering the new year compared to 2022. An average price is $4.25 per dozen.
Well, there you have it.
Well, that was an excellent.
I'm gonna let you have it from here. I'm gonna let you.
Huh?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it from here.
Let you?
I'm gonna let.
I'm
gonna let you.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, that pretty much. That was in-depth analysis like you never seen it before. Right here on Shifty Sunday, egg prices. It's due to the bird flu. 90 to 100% mortality rate. 4 million birds have died. Prices are skyrocketing. The demand will increase due to the holidays. Fear monger, fear monger, fear monger.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I heard. But it appears as though Amazon Lion has a Dr. Fauci approach to the solution. Check this out. Oh boy. I'll let you read that, Amazon Lion.
I read that eggs are overly expensive because bird flu is killing a ton of chickens. There's an obvious solution to this.
There you go.
Yep. Make sure they social distance.
Yeah.
Right.
So there you go. So why did the chicken cross the street? Because he was social distancing from the other chickens.
Oh, okay.
Well, did you see Go-Kart Bob's little joke there?
Let's see here. How did the bird cross the road? It flew. That's funny. But yeah, now we know why prices are so.
There's Eddie Von Kuhn. He says he wrote from Eternia. They used to have sunglasses for chickens. My question is, do they wear them at night?
They wear their sunglasses at night. I wonder.
I got a question for you, Hebrew.
All right.
Why didn't the chicken go to KFC?
Why didn't he?
Because it wasn't on its bucket list.
Ha. Ha. That's funny. We've had some KFC here the last few days or so.
You buy the family deal KFC, you're making like a $30 investment.
Yeah, it is. It's like 30 something plus. But you get a thing of biscuits, 2 things of coleslaw, and mashed potatoes, and a pretty decent 12-piece for that.
Yep. I remember it was $20.
Yeah. And now it's probably going to be even higher than that.
You'll probably see it get closer to 40.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. Scratching my belly. So what do we got? What do we got up next, guys?
I think I might know.
Well, we could talk about the Christmas tree thing. When do you guys think is the right time to take down the Christmas decoration? I was asking Armour the other day if he had taken his stuff down yet. And it got me thinking, was there like a set date that's the date, a point when it becomes, too far? Or is there a time when it's too soon?
Yeah.
Or can you just do
taking
it
mine down until I feel like it. Could be
You take it
February before I take it down.
I usually take mine down January 2nd, which I think I did actually. Anything.
Well, those all seem reasonable to me. But I brought up an article. Let's find out what the official word is.
Hebrews 77. He knows why I keep my tree up. Everything else will come down, but I love doing a holiday tree for every holiday. You want to tell them a little bit about that, Hebrews 77?
Well, whenever I first started dating you, well, not the first time, but when we reconnected, I came into your house and I was like, whoa, you have an Easter tree.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to do a Valentine tree this year. And
Interesting.
give my kids and you, of course, will get a gift and I'll put it under the tree.
Now, are these like big trees, like the size of Christmas trees? Or are they just little trees that sit on a table?
Big trees. I do it
Oh,
for
wow.
that. Valentine's Day, Easter, St. Patrick's Day. I do one for the spring. I do one for the summer. I can do one for the fall. I can do one for Thanksgiving. It depends what kind of mood I'm in and what I want to celebrate that year.
You mean
All
you
right.
give adult diapers?
Sure.
Depends.
I mean, if you're having like a baby shower, or, an elder who's got a sense of humor, about adult diapers, because let's face it, all of us could get to that,
Right.
situation. So you kind of just, when things like that come along, you got to deal with it the best you can and try to look at it the best way, try to continue to think positive.
So here it is. This is the article.
Yep. Okay. I got you, Hebrew.
All
It
right.
says, here's when you should take down your Christmas tree according to experts.
Ooh,
Let's find out what the experts have to say.
yes.
You have to scroll down. All right. Christmas is come and gone, which means one thing. It's time to take down the Christmas tree. Or is it? In some ways, taking down the Christmas tree after the holidays feels a bit like unpacking from a whirlwind vacation. You've created some wonderful memories, but now it's time to brush up the fallen pine needles and start fresh in the new year. Well, it depends. Some people argue that Christmas trees, whether real or fake, should be taken down as soon as Santa returns to the North Pole. Others are fine leaving them up until Cupid comes around in February. The statistics speak for themselves. The home decor report from we've laid out all the options below. A few are rooted in Christian tradition, while others' guidance comes straight from Christmas tree farmers and pest control experts. Okay.
Huh. I'm guessing.
Really? Go ahead.
I'm guessing that pest control experts got involved in it because if you leave like pine needles and crap like that then it
Right.
attracts the bugs, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. Really, there's no right or wrong answer, which means only you can decide what's best for you and your family. We're just here to help guide you. All right. So New Year's Day. Lots of people love ending the year brightly with a brightly lit tree, but it seems like many have taken down their tree high atop their list of New Year's resolutions. Like many have taken down their tree, I guess, as New Year's resolutions. All right. January 1st is that clear marker of time that the holidays are over and the new beginning is here. Ariane Lovato, owner and principal, a designer at Honeycomb Home Design, tells Today.com, time to clean up the home, clear up the clutter, take a breath from the stress of the holidays. All right, January 1st. What do you guys think? Not a lot of love for January 1st.
No.
No.
No, I'm
All
gonna
right.
say leave it up January 1st, man. You got to have all your decorations there. The New Year's Day is a time of celebration, you know.
Somebody else read the January 6th one?
Absolutely. And by the way, I think we're getting an echo from someplace.
It's probably me. I'll mute up.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like you, actually, Hebrew 77.
Oh, me?
Yeah. I mean, Saji was cutting out a few short times while he was reading, and
Well,
then
let's
you
see.
echo.
Well, we'll see. Am I echoing now?
No?
He's muted up. You're muted up. Okay, everyone's muted up. That's good. Let's see here. Where was we? January 6th. Many people will take down their artificial Christmas tree, wreath, or holiday decor during the week following New Year's Day so as to start the new year anew, or wait until January 6th is the final day to remove all holiday decor. Louis Pulio, Vice President of Pulio.
Sorry. Poo, poo, poo.
Well, that is quite funny of a name. I'll say that much. I never even heard of this Pulio International, but of course I could be saying the last name.
Oh, who?
The oldest artificial tree company in the country tells Today.com. January 6th is known as the Empathy Little Christmas or Three Kings. I did not know that. From the perspective of religion tradition, it is the day that the Magi or Magi, is it Magi or Magi? The three kings or the wise man brought gifts to the infant Jesus, so it makes sense for many to mark this as the last day of the Christmas season. Wow, I'll be darned. And as the song goes, there are indeed 12 days of Christmas, with the last being January 6th. I always thought 12 days of Christmas was like 12 days leading up to Christmas. I never knew it was like from Christmas on. That's kind of interesting.
Hey,
I
Mayor,
think
I
I
always
like it how
thought
you said it better. Christmas.
I thought it was a reference to Hanukkah. I didn't know that Christmas really did have 12 days.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I'll read this part too. Anytime in January, according to the 2020 On Deck the Halls report by Neighbor, Whose neighbor? Mine? He don't report nothing. He just likes to throw junk on my fence. More than half of Americans won't frown upon keeping decorations up past January 1st. You might start to get the side eye from your neighbors at a certain point. Through 31% said decorations should come down by January 15th, while 33% extend the deadline to February 1st. It's an interesting concept. And there's a picture of, well, you know. Okay, I'll let you. You want to take these next ones, Amazon line?
Sure, it can. When your tree says it's time. Growing up on a Christmas tree farm in the South, we've heard so many different perspectives on when the ideal time to take down the tree is. Caitlin Carpenter, a second-generation Christmas tree farmer in Ashe County, North Carolina, and owner of Third Day Market, tells Today.com, the undressing of the Christmas tree has become more and more of a personal, highly opinionated topic, where no one is wrong and yet no one is right. That said, if you have a real Christmas tree in your midst, it's really up to the fir itself to decide when it comes down. And unfortunately, it might be sooner rather than later. If your tree is exhibiting any of the following signs, Carpenter says it might be time to take down your tree, no matter the date. The needles are falling, either on their own or with the touch of your hand. The limbs are stiff or droopy. It smells musty rather than like citrus or pine. The tree doesn't seem to be talking in much or any water. A dehydrated, taking in much or any water. Yeah, they're talking.
Yeah,
They're like, I'm tired of being
they
up
probably
here.
are. We
I
just have.
want to lay down now.
Yeah.
A, de- a dehydrated tree can be dangerous in your home, especially if half-lit candles nearby. In fact, a holiday safety report by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission found that fires resulting from dry Christmas trees and holiday candles caused nearly $56 million in property loss each year. Aside from that inherent danger, a real Christmas tree might also unfortunately invite other natural things to spend Christmas with you. Homeowners should inspect and shake Christmas trees, wreaths, and other live greenery through before bringing it into the house. Scott Hodges, pest expert and ACE certified entomologist as Arrow Exterminators, tells Today.com. Oi, that took my breath.
And imagine like taking the family out through the middle of the woods and picking out a big old nice Christmas tree and chopping it down, throwing it on the back of the car and bringing it home and setting it up and like
oh my gosh. Oh God.
and inadvertently it happens to be the home of you insert.
I don't know. I might do the opposite and go, oh, can we keep it?
With my luck, it would be like Christmas Vacation, where he gets all the way out there and forgets to bring an axe, and then we would have to pull it up by the roots.
Yeah, and my famous saying, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to have on my tombstone.
Wait, your pizza?
Yeah, my pizza.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see.
Where were you?
Hodges recommends that you also seal.
Oh, wait. One thing I wanted to add to Saji's comment was when he first started saying his comment, I thought he was going to say, imagine being out in the woods and chopping down the tree and it start talking to you?
I'd probably talk back. I'm a nature person.
I know.
I already hug trees. Yes, I'm a tree hugger.
Why are you cutting me down? That hurts. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Hodges recommends that you also seal up any holes or cracks around your foundation.
Wait. Does that mean I got to sew the hole in the back of my pants?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I guess so. Yeah.
Nobody wants
Yeah,
all that
especially if you're
hanging
going to
out.
use a real tree. You never know when something might try to duck for cover.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Put a screen over vents and chimneys and close up any openings near exterior doors and windows to keep unwanted visitors. If there's any sign of pests or rodents, it's time to remove the tree and contact a pest professional. Don't let any of this sway you from having a real tree, though. With proper care, you could easily enjoy your tree from Thanksgiving through the New Year or Epiphany, because who doesn't want to make the holidays last just a little bit longer? Carpenter adds. But really, take down your tree anytime you want. Provided you have an artificial tree, or maybe you just have a green thumb, you can leave your tree up for as long as you want. It's your house, your rules. What's more, the aforementioned neighbor report found that 9% of respondents wouldn't mind if you kept your decorations up all year. There's nothing wrong with wanting to prolong the festivities, but there might be something else to keeping your holiday decor up well past the season. The tree can be thought of as transitional object security blanket. Amber Dunford, a design psychologist and the style director of OverstockTellsToday.com. It's a symbol of comfort for us, so it makes sense that people want to carry it with them throughout all seasons because Christmas can be such a magical time. Whatever
All right, let me stop you there for a second.
All
Do you
right,
think it's a symbol of comfort?
I do. I mean, my
I
mood
can,
feels better when I'm decorating the tree every holiday.
yeah,
When
I
I've
have
got
to
my house
agree.
all decorated out, it brings my mood up. It keeps my mood up more than what it would if I didn't have anything on my walls.
I agree, but I've never thought of it like that before. But now that they mention it, and I think about it that way, I come to the realization that there's truth in that statement. That's interesting. I've never really found it as a source of comfort, but in a way, it really does provide that. All right,
Well,
go
for
ahead.
me
I'm
it
sorry.
does because I still have mine up, and I was just telling Hebrew 77, I'm like, I'm going to be so sad to have to take Christmas down because for me, it brightens my mood. I walk through and it still feels festive. It feels, because that's when people seem to really bring out the love, which I still don't understand. But, and it was one of my mother's favorite holidays. So I like to celebrate it as long as I can because I, obviously don't have my mother any longer and just recently lost my father.
Nor,
And
nor
so
do I, and I
anything I
lost my
can do
mom
to celebrate the
near
holidays
Christmas.
that my parents enjoyed or that reminds me of them, I try to celebrate that and, maybe try to process it a bit more, maybe mourn it a little bit, mourn it a little more if I have to, or,
I
it
can
does all
relate.
kinds of things emotionally for a person and mentally.
Yeah, I relate tremendously. My mom passed around on December 9th when she passed away. So
Yeah,
it was
my
right
mom
before
was the
Christmas.
third and my dad was the first. So I
As a
lost them
matter
both
of
in
fact, I
December.
remember distinctly that we put up the tree the night before she passed away. And I remember her telling me that morning that she slept outside in the living room in her chair, and she said that she thought that tree was so beautiful the way it looked all lit up at night, and it was the next day when she passed away.
See, there
So
you go.
Wow.
You have that memory, and that's why, I think it's a good thing to keep it up, especially if you've, a loved one has passed away around that time, and for me, it's a type of healing. I'm celebrating Christmas for my mother and passing down that tradition of enjoying and loving Christmas and loving others. Because when my mother wasn't sick, she was the most loving person on this planet that I've ever known.
yeah, I still have pictures of that particular tree saved on my phone. And on one hand, they're like some of the most precious pictures that I have. But on the other hand, they're one of the hardest ones for me to actually look at. And so it's like a catch-22.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. It's good. It's good to have those things. I don't think I have anything saved anywhere of my stepdad or anything like that. So it's good to have those moments. Anytime I see Christmas tree or Christmas lights that's up past due, I just see a bunch of broken, shattered promises like, oh, there's the holidays. They're all in the sad, they're all over. And now it's like a sad state of affairs. And now it just reminds you that, first of all, it reminds you that winter will soon be ending, and then you'll have springtime, which puts me in a good mood seeing all that stuff go away. Just it's like, oh, finally the holidays are over, that kind of thing is what goes through my mind. That's why I personally like putting all the stuff away, like I said, January 2nd or January 3rd, somewhere in that line, because it's a relief for me. And plus, if you notice, it takes, like, you put everything up with care, when you're first putting it all up, but then when it's finally time to take it down, you're just like, you're taking it down in a hurry. You're just ripping shit off, you're just like packing it all away. You just can't, or in my case, can't wait to get it, up in storage and get things started again. Get on with springtime. That's my whole.
Well, I told you how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The house is going to look like a Christmas wonderland by the time I'm done, and I don't know how long I'll want to keep it up, because you never know who will enjoy that.
Right.
I think it's great that we have
Christmas wonderland in my living room.
I think it's great that we have the contrast, because everybody sees differently. And like the article says, there's no right answer. I mean, it's all boils down to personal preference. But do you want to read on, or have we got enough here? Do you guys want to find out more?
I think we get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, scroll down and see if there's any more dates that they mentioned as the potential dates.
All right. I think that's where the article ends.
Yep. All right. Well, there you have it.
There you have it, in a nutshell, or in a Christmas nutshell, if you will. I think that was a very good article, and it gave us a lot of room for discussion, and it looks like we even got the chat going.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's always nice when we hit it home like that.
Yeah.
So now might be a good time to break out some memes, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Memes.
Oh, you mean memes.
Oh, well, let's roll that beautiful meme footage.
Before we do, though, I'd like to mention Sweet Connie Joe has joined the chat as well as Aurora Voramax and DD74 and Eddie Von Kuhn with a wrench.
Hello, everyone.
The real one.
The real one. But yeah, I've got some memes, so let's go ahead and get that meme music going. We got to have that. That's what separates us from them other guys. Well, that and we don't molest anyone.
Yeah, like those other guys do.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. Got some nice meme background music going. And so, ladies and
Turn
gentlemen,
it up just a little more. I can't. There
can't
we
hear it?
go. There you go. Wait. No.
Can you hear it, Saji?
You could turn it up just a notch. That would be all right.
All right, just a notch. Here we go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
that's about right.
All right, let me get this going here. I got to go to Messenger. Should have done this while we were reading the article, but you know me. Everything last minute. Last minute hero. Last minute's my middle name. That's going to be on my tombstone, and not just the pizza either.
You're distorted. I don't know if you're getting a feedback loop at your end where you're picking
Yeah,
up through the
I find
speaker.
I'm hearing kind of echo and then like distort out, and it's like a really quick thing.
Yeah, you sound like you're talking to like announcing the next wrestler for the WWE or whatever.
Yeah, and it's kind of doing it with you too, Sanji. What about on my end?
You sound normal to me.
Yours, when you talk, Sanji, it kind of starts out good and then it kind of fades. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay, where are we at here in these memes? Got a lot of memes. Oh, here's some egg memes. That'd be good. I'm trying to remember the ones we shared last week. You know what? Let's do this. Let's start. Gosh dang it.
Is it because you're wondering where we're supposed to start?
No, it's doing something weird. Okay, here we go. All right, let's get those memes up there on the screen, baby. Oh yeah. Okay. It's not doing it. Oh, I know.
Which side of the chicken has the most feathers, Zebra?
What
outside.
Chicken? The what?
The side of the chicken that has the most feathers is the outside.
The outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you guys would enjoy this one.
All right.
You ready for me to read them?
Yeah, let's start with our first meme of tonight.
Or would you like to?
I'll mute up.
Okay. Her. I bet he's thinking about other women. Him. Damn, she's gonna make me start the car in the morning. I should have got her that remote start.
That's a classic example. This meme comes around every so often with different dialogue. It's funny as heck.
Yeah, I always think those are funny.
That is definitely us. Because I don't know when it was. I guess it's when we had that snowstorm. And I was like, I got the remote start. And you're like, really? It's not working? I'm like, what do you mean it's not working? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean it's not working? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean when you mean it's not working?
Right? And I kept telling you, what do you mean by that? You know, I'm like, no, I don't. You're like, oh, it's on the main one.
It
Well,
was
yeah, I don't have the main one.
oh, that's an old one. We covered that last week. Let's see here.
Okay, do you remember earlier when you shared, the game thing with me? It's after all the game invites.
Well, hang on.
All cans. I love those all cans.
I swear I had it all lined up.
No, I guess not.
Let's do this one. I don't think we shared this one. Shh. Oh,
This is
now
me.
you may speak. Never mind, I have to go poop. The 4 stages of coffee.
Right? I need that cup.
Yeah, you do. Yes.
There's a lot of truth in that.
This one's going to be me. 2023, I'm going to be unstoppable. Autocorrect.
Right.
But it's kind of right.
We've seen that one. I don't know why these aren't in order.
Yeah, we never got to show that one. But this is from our actual Kroger in town. And it's chicken nuggets. And they're sharing a chicken nugget with a chicken.
Simulate chicken nuggets.
The simulate's throwing me off. It's really not chicken. It's just simulated chicken.
Right.
That's what I'm guessing. That's why it's not nuggets. It's just nugs.
Sounds
we-
like slang.
We
That's
found
why you
it.
can feed it to a chicken.
Let's go to Kroger and get some nugs.
He's trying to feed a chicken to a chicken.
Yes.
No wonder they got sick.
And don't forget to keep them frozen. They might start moving.
Yeah, keep frozen.
that would be my baking. But at least I try.
When your cookie cutter lies, but your oven knows the truth.
That's like those filters.
Seen that one.
Oh.
That one. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, this was pretty cool. I was reading this. We never got to show this.
Okay, Jean Hillard was involved in a car accident in sub-zero temperatures. She walked into a friend's house 2 miles away, but collapsed 15 feet outside of the door. Temperatures dropped to negative 22, and she was found frozen solid at 7 a.m. after 6 hours in cold. Doctors could not administer a hypodermic needle because her skin was too hard to pierce. On top of that, nobody could get an accurate reading of her temperature because her body temperature was so low. At one point, her heartbeat was as slow as 12 beats per minute. Doctors reported to wrapping her in an electric blanket to help her defrost after spending 49 days in the hospital. She miraculously revived and has no brain damage.
Now, that wasn't a meme, but is that not bizarre?
That is incredible.
Talking about not your time to go. Woo.
Yeah, that's definitely not a meme.
No. But how bizarre, how bizarre. Yeah, you're starting to show some of them that we didn't get to show the last time.
Yeah, this is back when we had that cold front.
Yeah, back when we had the really cold front, it was
Yeah.
below 0. Careful being outside that week.
Looks like his wife is going to bring him some relief, so to speak.
Right.
She's like she's gonna kick the icicle.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was funny. And the face that he's making.
Yeah.
The face finishes it.
She should be careful when she pours that hot water on it, though. Just saying.
That's why they say just use cold water. I was getting ready to say he's about to lose something.
Yeah. I think we saw that one.
Yeah, we saw that one. I always like these.
Oh boy.
I bet you 13,946,324,587. You didn't read that number. You just skipped right over it. You didn't even realize I put a letter in it. No, I didn't, but you went back and looked. I want my like.
Wow, I'm just impressed that you were able to say that the exact amount. I would not have been able to.
I had to count by threes really quick. It was like hundreds, thousands, millions, billions.
I would have been lost at gazillion.
I think it goes billion and then trillion and then zillion. Is there something in between that, or am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know.
I just got that.
This birthday cake tastes like boogers. Well, it is carrot cake.
Her nose is missing. Okay.
Her nose.
Yeah. That's funny.
This is me.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
Who got you smiling? The voices in my head cracked a joke. Leave me alone.
That often happens to me where
I know. You just laugh out loud, and I'm like, what? What
really,
idea you got up there now?
I'll be thinking of something I might be putting in one of my movies, or I'll be thinking of a joke someone told me, or just thinking of various things that could be funny, and you'll look at me and go, "What? Why are you laughing?" I go, "Oh, I was just thinking of a movie that I'm gonna make."
Yeah, you got a lot of great ideas out there. We've seen that one. We've seen that one.
Did we?
Yeah. Seen that one.
Yeah. Oh crap!
Oh, keep scrolling down.
Hold on. Okay, here's a new one.
Yeah. Go back a couple.
I'll read this one.
Wait a minute. Go back a couple, because I think you're pretty close to where I first started sending them.
Well, okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Shoot, I was
Keep
already
going.
read that one.
Keep going. 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 Going.
Oh,
Going.
we need to
Going.
read those for sure.
Going. 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 Go. 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 Go.
My goodness.
Go. Go. You passed pretty much all of them up. Go. Go. Go.
Okay, starts from here.
Now
Okay,
you
now
wanna
this
explain?
is
I love
my
it.
Mr. Bill.
I I had to.
3-1. That has a lot more uses now.
Who out there remembers Mr. Bill?
I'll tell you what, why don't we
You
ask
want to explain Hebrew 77?
why,
Who it
why,
is,
don't,
please?
why don't we ask the audience if they can caption this?
John Nada got it.
Yeah, the good old Mr. Bill show was a skit on Saturday Night Live for people that don't know, and he would Mr. Hand would come by and he would always do things to hurt this little guy. And then, of course, Mr. Bill would end up going, "Oh no!"
Well, he can't right now. His mouth's full.
He'd sound more like,
I thought you and I covered a Mandela effect over what he actually said.
"Oh yeah,"
Don't you remember?
that he didn't actually say, "Oh no."
Yeah, he hardly ever says "oh no." He just says one or the other. I think it's "oh" or "no."
Oh yeah.
But everybody remembers him saying "oh no."
That's right.
And he does sometimes occasionally say "oh no," but very rarely.
So yeah, we have that action figure. And I've just decided every now and again, I'm going to put him in some trouble. And that was his first bit there.
Okay. The only problem I have here is the cap's on.
He doesn't know that. I'm going to let you read this one.
Me, yeah. Me to me, start saving your money. You don't need to eat out all the time. Later that day, 100 tacos for $100. I sure could go for 100 tacos right about now. Yeah. That is definitely me.
Definitely you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely me too.
Shoot, that one would have been a good one for Taco Tuesday.
The old-fashioned way to sharpen pencils. I asked my dad if he could sharpen some pencils for my exam today, and this is what I got.
What do he use his knife?
Yeah.
Knife, yeah.
You remember when our parents would do that?
Yeah. Everyone used to carry a pocket knife. Even kids, we used to carry our pocket knives. Pocket knives, I'll tell you what, come in handy for a lot of things.
Well, especially if you got to do, schoolwork in the car. Pencil breaks. There's no excuse. Dad pulls the knife out,
Yeah. I know some people that actually would use their teeth.
Oof. I'd feel like I'd get a splinter.
Here we go. Here it is right there.
I thought this was great.
Forget Jared, he went to Kroger.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask the audience if they remember those old Jared commercials.
He went to Kroger.
Every kiss begins with K, but it's not K's, it's Kroger. This is me.
Yep.
When I pass someone to see if they look as stupid as they drive. Yep. Definitely me.
100%, you know it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was repeated. Okay. You want to get this one?
You want me to get this one? Dear Ghost, If you can move shit around and flicker lights, then you can use a mop.
That'd be you.
Definitely, I'd be like, what do you want? Why are you just making noises? Just go clean something.
Yeah, if you're gonna
and leave me alone.
If you're gonna haunt the house, you're gonna stay here. You're gonna have to pitch in.
You know it.
Do some chores, damn it.
Yeah, I make that clear as day all the time. You know how many of us are here? All of us can pitch in. Get the heck up, man. Of course, I talk like a sailor. I got that sailor mouth. This is so awesome. God, I could really use a little guidance. You look at the second picture, then the third picture, and the angel in the fourth is like, what's happening there? I don't know, man. She asked for a little guidance.
That's funny.
Right?
A little guy dance. Oh, that's good.
More about the eggs.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell I keep up with the times through my memes.
Lanes closed because we felt like it. That's about true. Seems like every time I go somewhere, there's always construction signs out, but you never see any actual construction.
Yeah, it even shows it like on Google Maps, like where the workers are going to be, and you get there and all it is a bunch of cones and a light, and it's like there's nobody out there.
Yeah.
This would be something my kids would write when they were little. My mom worked hard today. She deserves a microwaved hot dog. It reminds me of my youngest. One day, I'm not feeling well, and I'm like, ooh, I think I might need something to eat. So I asked my youngest, I said, honey, can you go to the fridge and get Mom a hot dog? And she comes back, and it had a bite taken out of it. And she hands it to me like, nothing's wrong with the hot dog.
Kind of like a tester. Like, oh, well, this one's good. Ha ha ha.
I had to throw that in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe they could take some Viagra. Yeah. That's the way I feel sometimes.
Oh, I do too.
If I were to
All
wait
the time for many, many years. Most of the time, you are not getting your kids to change the toilet paper.
If I were to wait for someone else in my house to change the toilet paper roll, I'd be like, oh man, yeah. Another egg one.
Yep.
Get her something.
This Valentine's Day, get her something expensive.
They both look so happy too.
I know. Honey, you shouldn't have.
He didn't just get the dozen, he went for the 18-pack.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Uh-huh. Oh, this is so true.
It is so true. When a baby offers you a Cheeto.
Then you have to kind of take it like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, thank you.
yeah, and then just like hide it.
And pretend like you eat it. That was delicious. Oh, I think I just got their slobber all over my face.
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, I had to put something in there.
Looks like Jerry Garcia.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
I want this wind chime.
This would be me. I would love to hang something like this out.
Oh, I'm going to have to make something like this.
Oh, yeah.
Or have it made. I think that's cool.
I'd put it on the fence.
Heck yeah. I'd put it right in the front yard.
I put it right on the fence facing the neighbors.
Well, we'll just have a few of them around on the property.
Also, mine would say, put one more thing on my fence.
You and that fence.
I know, that should be what grinds my gears segment.
This is me. The oranges in my fridge watching me take out another Kit Kat for dessert. I just can't help myself.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got oranges and you got Kit Kats, which one are you choosing from? You know, just
Well, it's hard to, you know, avoid them when they're right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know they say if you don't put the temptation in your house, but when you got kids, there's going to be snacks. And they're not always going to be healthy, at least not most of us. They're going to get treats, you know. They get treats, you're like, oh man, that looks really good.
Oh, I think I skipped over one. Okay, there you go. It's like a drug deal.
We were all talking about that earlier. There's that one I was talking about.
Yeah,
You're gonna start putting them eggs in baggies and sell them on the streets.
off the street.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the black market, remember? We're talking about there being a black market.
That's what's going to happen. Black market for eggs. That's funny. I tried that Japanese decluttering trend where you hold each thing you own and throw it out if it doesn't give you joy. So far, I've thrown out all the vegetables in the electric bill.
Yeah, finally. I thought this would be something I would do. At my funeral, take the bouquet off my coffin and throw it into the crowd to see who was next.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Oh, on it, I'm gonna have wrote, "You're next." Just kidding. Last joke before I, you know, my final joke.
Mhm. If you see a yacht at sea, you're in desperate need of a vacation. This is a hole in a leather sofa.
I
Wow.
must need a vacation because that's what I thought it was when I seen
That's
it.
what it definitely looks like.
Yeah. I bet most of us need a vacation then because that's what I would have thought it was. This is me. Some people confuse passion with crazy. Let me be clear. I am batshit passionate. want to
There
read
is
that one?
there is strong, and then there's stormtrooper strong.
Yeah, that's an older one, but I thought I'd just toss it in there.
Which actually, this kind of makes the army look bad because stormtroopers are just terrible shots. So I'm just saying. You know, if you guys seen the movies and stuff.
If social media makes you insecure, know that most people's photos are actually full of shit.
On Facebook versus reality. Yeah. Well, we know what that's like walking through it.
I like this one. If animals took selfies and posted on Facebook, about to eat this idiot. Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, you know how people like taking pictures of their food. This is the equivalent to that.
This is great.
Bob Ross, positive energy drink, huh? Is this real? I wonder if they actually make those.
You know, I was wondering that myself. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Yeah. Not that I would drink it, but I would love to have it just like on a shelf or something. That's cool.
This is me. When you're stuck in an awkward small talk, not sure how to get out of it.
Yeah.
I
wish I could do that. No.
Just go roll down the street. Don't mind me.
There's somebody I would love to do that with too. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. This is the only way I can burn thousands of calories in just a few minutes.
Right. And also, you know, that would keep you hungry because then you wouldn't want to eat.
Oh, you got that right. Good Lord.
Someone asked me what I did this weekend, like I'm some sort of mountain climber. I'm 50 years old, Linda. I was on a heating pad eating nachos.
That's us.
It's funny, like when you talk to somebody and they act like, you know, like what you've been up to, like it should have been something grand or amazing or epic or of some type of biblical proportion. And like, you know, I sat around and played video games and looked at my phone. Oh, really? That's cool. You know?
Yeah, I laid in bed playing my games and watching Netflix. Till I fall asleep. You know, and get games on my phone.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Nothing special.
I had a meal and then took a nap. And then after that, had another meal. And then took a nap. And then after that, had another meal. And then went to bed.
Yeah. Sounds all right. Yeah, I just thought I'd put that one out there.
Uh-huh.
You can read that.
On the left is a pecan. On the right is a pecan. Now you know. I don't know if I've ever peed into like a sort of like food can or anything like that before, but I do know we used to keep coffee cans like on the boat or like when you're out driving long distances or something like that. You know, it's just either a coffee can or like they did in Dumb and Dumber where they had the beer bottles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually peed into a vegetable can. Wait, how about you, Saji? Do you have a pecan or a pecan?
Well, I didn't make the association with peeing. I just thought it was like the peas, like the vegetable peas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I mean, I have had to pee while driving before, and I chose a bottle.
Right.
But I mean, you have to have good aim.
Yeah. Okay, I see now. It says peas on the can. But you know, we used to, like, you hear people. I had an aunt that if you said it wrong, if you said pecan, like pecan, she would make that joke. She would say, a pecan is something you pee into. A pecan is what we eat. That would be the joke that she would make. So I guess that's why I kind of disassociated what was going on screen with what my experience was. All right, here's the one I wanted to do earlier.
Yeah, I'll let you read it.
And we'll let this be the last one, if that's okay with you guys.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. You've taken my ex-wife. I will find you, and I will hug you. Yes. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hey, that was a great bunch of memes there that we did.
I thought so.
Yeah,
How about you, Saji?
Yeah, for real. I'm sad to hear the music go away, but it was kind of getting mundane.
Speaking of mundane, you know, that one meme that had that where they call them, hey, what you been up to? And it's like we're talking about a bunch of mundane things. Kind of reminds me of sort of a conversation I had with someone in the grocery store the other day where we were talking about sort of the circle of everyday life where you get up, you do something, you may go to work. If you have a job, you know, you go to work and then you do that particular job that day, and then you go back home and you have your routine. And it's almost like the mundane things that we do that we're in a routine to do, that we're stuck in that certain routine. But when we get out of that routine, it throws us off. And it's sort of like, well, for me at least, like even going on vacation or having an extra day to sleep in or something like that. Like tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day. So there's going to be, you know, a day off from, you know, school and for public workers and all that stuff. And when I used to have those kind of days, when you got back into your actual routine, it was almost foreign to you to the point where you just felt exhausted. Like, you know, like, have you guys ever had a vacation or a few days off where instead of like relaxing you, it made you feel exhausted? Or am I just the only one?
No, I can totally relate, especially if you go on a vacation where you have to drive a lot of miles. By the time you walk in the door and you're done with your vacation, you just want to go to bed for 24 hours.
Uh-oh. He was cutting out for a minute.
I could hear him on my end. But how about you, Amazon Line? You've ever taken a day off or uh, something like that and felt like you've had no day of rest whatsoever?
Yeah, I take care of a lot of people, so I just go and go and go, and I really shouldn't do that to myself because then by the time I actually do find a day off, all I want to do is sleep.
I just feel like when I do that, like when I would go on vacation, I would come back. It was good to be on vacation. You would enjoy some of the stuff that you did, but then like by the time you got done or got back, you didn't even really feel like unpacking. Like you said, Sag, you just wanted to just go right to bed. And so that just takes us out of our day-to-day routines and stuff. And that's really what I was thinking. Now I'll read some of the comments. We got John Nada in here. Follow Fire says Hebro has a to do list. Yes, I do. I do have the to do list. And Michael Fontaine joined the chat. I say again, Michael Fontaine joined the chat.
Michael Fontaine?
Michael Fontaine?
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
We got somebody said, I knew Brian was on. We mentioned that earlier. And now Follow Fire said Dan is on too. Do you mean Dan is on? Like he's on, or is he on Brian's channel? Or is he on and then Brian's on? Brian's on, then Dan's on. So all three of us are on. Yay. That should make it interesting.
Well, what to do? What to do? This is John. This is John. This is John.
Speaking of decisions,
why don't you show him that funny video of the Wizard of Oz?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
That's up above the meme where the husband and wife are laying in bed and she thought he was thinking about women.
Right.
If you go up above that, you'll see the three I sent you. One's of like the Wizard of Oz thing, and the other two is the dog and a turtle, a funny looking turtle fight.
Okay, pause it, unmute it, and I'll have to share it. There we go. Actually, I'm going to have to do this.
Talk if you haven't got a brain.
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Oh, I'm a failure because I haven't got a brain.
How can
Got
you talk
that
if
right.
you haven't got a brain?
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Oh, I'm a failure because I haven't got a brain.
How can you talk if you...
Well, and of course, Dorothy, is that supposed to be Cortez?
I think so, but I just got a real kick out of this.
Yeah.
Thought I would share.
That was good. That was legit hilarious.
And then you got the dog.
The
if
dog.
you'd like to share that real quick with the mask.
The dog with the mask.
When the guy drops the crumb.
Oh yeah, we do have
if you
that.
go up above that, you'll see that and the little turtle fight. Both of them just last a few seconds. So it's up to you.
Let's do the turtle fight.
It's cute.
Let's see. I don't think I can pause. Yeah, I can pause this one. Good. Pause it. Okay. Let's roll that beautiful turtle fight footage. There we go. Rewind it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. And action. Huh. Flat boxes him.
It looks like he's doing, the Italian smack on the face.
Where's his nunchucks?
100.
Wait, hold on.
What was that?
What is?
Oh. That's a boxing match, man.
It went into something else.
I
But where the
thought that
nunchucks?
turtle video was the cutest thing. It was funny.
Where are the nunchucks? Where are the swords?
Yeah, and you got to show the dog if you feel the need. Or want
And after
to.
they get done fighting, they should eat some pizza, right?
You know it.
Yeah. All right. So, and we have a dog one.
Pick up 100 tacos for $100.
$100. What's that? You cut out a little bit.
They could go get 100 tacos for $100.
Oh yeah. Michael Fontaine is talking about the gas stove thing, and I actually had a video, Matt Wash from the Matt Wash channel, talking about the gas stoves and how they're trying to pass a bill banning gas stoves. Have you heard about this?
I have
No, but I did see a thing where they're trying to say gas stoves make you dumber.
Really?
But I didn't click on it. I couldn't. It looked like clickbait to me.
Yeah.
But gas stoves has been in the news lately. I am aware of that.
Yeah. Apparently they're trying to say that they can cause cancer, they can cause asthma, they can cause just a number of things, and they're just trying to say all this bullshit when we have been using gas stoves for the past over 100 years now, and it's just ridiculous how they just come up with this stuff. Oh, they cause more emissions too, so it's sort of like a climate thing too, ozone thing, whatever you want to say. But
Gotcha.
it's just them trying to sell more expensive stoves, like electric stoves, which electric stoves are fine, but to me, you can't beat a gas stove. Have you ever tried food cooked in an electric stove versus gas stove? I mean, there definitely is a difference.
There is, and I got a gas stove, and I like it, and I wouldn't trade it for an electric stove. I can tell you that much.
I don't like gas stoves, that I used to cook with, because I've noticed, like, it gets in my curtains and stuff on the walls. You have to wash it down, with, like, bleach water sometimes, and then put your curtains, in the wash more often. I mean, that's just my personal experience. But I still like cooking over it, but
I mean, to me, they're just more efficient. They're more accurate. You can control the heat better. You can't really control the heat on an electric stove. And it makes everything.
Some of them you can better than others, but you're right. There is you can visually look how much fire you have versus picking 3 or 4 or 5 on an electric stove and coming back and still finding a pan where everything turned black.
Yeah.
There's one, fire. There's fire. There's just something about a man and fire. I don't think trying to separate man from his fire is never a good idea.
No, and hey, here's the other point. And Michael Fontaine said, "Do you smoke?" And that's the thing. Also, if you ever find yourself a smoker, like if you're a smoker and you're out of matches, your lighters aren't working, you're out of lighter fluid for whatever reason, I mean, you can always light your cigarette off of a gas stove, and that's what I would often do a lot of times.
Yeah, they'd have us all buy a cat, sell our dog, buy an electric stove, and get rid of the gas one. I'm telling you, man. But sell your pickup truck and get you a Prius.
That's that's exactly what they're going for. And it's getting to the point where they're just gonna start replacing. If it didn't work to their benefit, if people weren't to make money off of the lobbyists and things like that, to pay the politicians and stuff. And speaking of politicians, I do have a quick video I want to show you guys. But we are going to show the dog video first. But I do have this video of how politicians, which we already know, how they can screw up an entire society, how the government interferes way too much in our business. They interfere way too much. The gas stoves is one of the examples. They interfere way too much in our personal lives, what electronics we buy, what things we look at. In fact, getting back to the whole gas stove thing, them shutting down gas stoves is a way to sell more electric stoves. I can remember way back when HD TV was first starting out, and they said, well, now everything's going to be on HD, so you can't use your old TVs anymore. You're going to have to get rid of them. And I remember that being a big news story at the time, whatever year that was, but it was a big news story on my local news station. And I was all like, no. You'll still be able to watch your channels, your regular channels that you like to watch. It's not like your TV will just go completely blank. Like, you'll still be able to watch them. They'll just be in a shorter box. However, the news, the way they were covering is like, you won't be able to watch TV at all. And I think that was sad, because my grandma at the time had a perfectly good TV, perfectly good working order, and she's like, oh no, I gotta spend a couple $100, go out and buy a new TV because the news said that we won't be able to watch TV anymore on our old TV sets. And that's another good example of the government stepping in and deciding what you're going to buy as a consumer. And I think it's really gotten to the point where everything's going to be like that. And pretty soon we won't even be able to think for ourselves. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think you just described 1984, the movie. Let's go watch it.
Yeah.
Think, what is it?
I agree
Think,
with what you said.
think speech or something like that, where they slowly eliminate words out of the vocabulary. Because if the word doesn't exist, then that limits your ability to think of such greater things, because you have a limited vocabulary, so it simplifies your thoughts.
Yeah. And Michael Fontaine, I think you're right. I think it was around 2008 or 2009 when they started all that. But Amazon Line, what were your thoughts on the whole thing that I just said?
The only thing I was thinking is when you were just talking about old TVs and, my ADHD brain, it went to how much I miss the great big one where you could use the top for a shelf. The TV that was in the great big wooden box. It was gigantic, super heavy, but I don't know. I liked that TV. But man, TVs are so light compared to old TVs. You could have put your back out lifting them old TVs. But yeah, as for the gas stoves, I mean, I do like that I can see the flame, whether it's low, medium, high. If I want to, I can barely have it going. But of course, at that point, you do want to keep an eye on it because it might go out and then, the kitchen's just filling with gas. But I think it cooks your food better. Whereas electric stoves, I remember times I've had to use those. And yeah, sometimes it cooks too fast and you don't know exactly where you need to put the knob at, for the temp. It just seems to be different, and I burn a lot of food. And as for the little electric cars, every time I see one, the only thing I can think of is the horn, and they go by and I go, meep, meep.
Yeah, you're talking about the TVs. That's where I wanted to jump into. But you
jump into a TV.
Oh no, I don't want to jump into a TV. I meant into the conversation when she was talking.
Okay.
Actually, jumping into a TV would be pretty cool, depending on what channel you landed on.
Huh?
What channel would you most want to be on Amazon Lion? And then I'll pass it to you next, bro. You got time to think about it.
WSIL 8 TV. It's educational TV.
Okay. That didn't take long. You knew exactly where you wanted to go.
It just seems like it'd be the easiest. I'll just sit in the back row and watch what's going on.
All right, bro. What channel would you like to be stuck on if you could jump into the TV?
Man, that is a tough question because I don't really want to be. Hold on, there's something going on here. Okay, that's better. I really don't. Wait, I'm getting an echo here.
Yeah, I thought I heard Sanji echo.
Yeah, okay, there. That's better. So, I really wouldn't want to jump into any channels nowadays. There's nothing good on, no quality stuff going on. But I'll tell you what, if I could jump into any TV channel, it would probably be Netflix. Even though that's not really a TV channel, but it's a channel.
Why Netflix?
Because you can sometimes get old TV shows, and I was thinking I would love to jump into Quantum Leap. I think that would be cool.
Oh, I don't think I'd like that. Always ending up in somebody else's skin.
You said skin.
Yeah, I'd be that's what it is.
Why would you? You're just gonna be in their skin? That sounds creepy. That makes it sound creepier.
Exactly, and that's what it reminds me of.
You're
seeing out of their eyes, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror. You see yourself, but other people see something else. It's not your skin that you live in.
There is a theory.
I like the skin I'm in. I'd be horrified.
There is a theory that he doesn't actually jump in to the person, like they don't actually switch out, but rather he turns into a hologram, and that's why everyone else sees him as them, and he sees himself as himself when he looks into a mirror, because he's the outer hologram. I don't know, it's difficult to explain, but that he doesn't actually jump into their skin, as you put it. But yeah, that would be my answer.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think I would just go with HBO then.
Ooh, HBO.
Yeah, a lot of my favorite shows are on HBO, and then they have specific movies that they own from way back when that I can kind of dig, and then everything else just gets repeated, so I wouldn't have to spend a lot of time actually watching TV.
I remember back when I was a little kid,
I'm hearing an echo.
and said thank you. I remember back when I was a little kid, and HBO was, well, I don't guess it was fairly new. It came out in the 70s, but we had this thing that you put on the back of your TV, and of course the guy would have to put one on the outside where the cable goes to. But we got free HBO for the longest time, never got caught or anything like that. But I remember thinking it was really weird that Fraggle Rock, Jim Henson production, was on HBO. Like it wasn't just a regular. It wasn't on Disney Channel. It wasn't on any other regular TV channels. But they had it on HBO for some reason, and for the longest time I couldn't watch Fraggle Rock because of that reason. But when we got the free HBO, it was kind of a blessing because I got to actually watch Fraggle Rock for the first time, and that's what I remember my experience of HBO.
That was one of my favorite shows as a
It
kid.
is a really good show. I mean, I even have to admit they did a good job with it.
Philo Fire says late night Cinemax. Bow chicka bow wow. Now,
I remember
that's funny because when people couldn't afford it, all they had was them squiggly lines, and
yes,
every now and again a shot would come through. It's so stupid.
I think I think I see a nipple. Oh wait, no, that's their elbow.
That's hilarious.
I remember watching scrambled pay-per-views, like there'd be pay-per-view for wrestling.
Yeah.
And I would watch like Survivor Series or something like that. The thing is, you couldn't see it, but you could hear it. So it was kind of neat in a way. It was like you were listening to an old radio broadcast of a sport, like they used to do back in the old days. So when I was a kid, I kind of got into that sort of thing where it was just the sound of it. Like I could tell.
And they actually do a decent job of describing what moves are being used and who did what to whom. And they put that excitement in their voice when the excitement happens in the match. So I can see how it would be okay just having the audio or something like that.
Yeah. It was kind of neat. It was a way for me to get to watch the pay-per-views because I never could ask, oh yeah, can we get the wrestling? No, I'm sure the answer to that would be not only no, but I would get a lecture behind it. Are you kidding me? Do you know? Go ahead, Zed. Yes,
that probably has a lot to do with why you do so good at being a commentator when you do your videos, your WrestleManias. I mean, you sound just like the guys.
Yeah, that's true. That might have been.
It's funny that you mentioned that because ever since we were teenagers, you've always done the one wrestler.
The what?
Snap into a.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see, and I don't even remember that. Like I didn't remember doing the Macho Man voice back then.
And you still do it now, and it just.
Ooh, yeah. I know I can do the Macho Man's voice, and sometimes I can do it good. But one thing I like more than anything is to snap into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. There you go. And I do like those big Slim Jims, by the way, the Savage Slim Jim.
Heck yeah. It's like a meal in and of itself.
You don't say.
Yeah, I know.
I
I
think
covered
every other
that.
trip you gotta grab some.
Yeah, yeah. True, true, true. Oh yeah, Mean Gene Oakland. Well, the thing about Mean Gene Oakland is I always thought his name was Oakland. And then one day I looked on the back of a package of wrestling cards and his name is Okerlund. And the whole time I thought they were saying Oakland and they were saying Okerlund. I'm like, that is weird because I don't remember it being said Okerlund. I always remembered Mean Gene Oakland, like Michael Fontaine has it spelled there, but it's actually Oaku. I think Oker, yeah, Oker, Urlan, Okerlund. So that is weird. It may be a Mandela effect. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is a strange name, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So one might just automatically just put it, make it a name they would associate with, if to fill in the gap. But I don't know. It seems
Actually,
like it is as into wrestling as you were. It seems like you would have caught it sooner than that.
you would think so. Actually, it's Okerlund, Lund, Okerlund. But I remember I was watching some wrestling. I don't know how long ago it was, a couple of years ago. I was watching the old wrestling, and his name come up on screen like that. So it wasn't just the back of a card of a misprint. And if you go ahead and look it up, Michael Fontaine, Google it, you'll see Okerlund. And I don't know. But yeah, let's you guys ready for that dog video?
I am so ready.
All right.
Oh man,
It's cute.
whatever you do, don't pause it right now.
Saji, you're barking up the wrong tree.
It's been a rough day, man. It's been a rough day.
Oh. Well, I guess I better.
And my bark is rougher than my bite.
Oh, I can't. Ugh. There we go. And oops, wrong one. Whoops. Wait, guys. I'll get back to that here in a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. The turtle fight. Yeah. Oh, here it is. I laughed as soon as I saw this. You gotta laugh. I mean, it's hilarious. Let me get it going there.
I got a question for you here, bro, real quick.
Oh, sure.
What do chicken philosophers think about?
Bach.
No, actually, the chicken I spoke to informed me that they think about the meaning of existence, existence.
Well, that was an excellent joke, Saji. But here is something you might get a laugh at. And I'm sorry, guys, this is as big as I could make the screen. But I think you guys will get a kick out of this.
I never said thank you. I never said thank you.
My question is, how did he keep the costume on that dog?
Some dogs and cats and animals, they love wearing costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah,
wearing
they get accustomed to it.
Yeah.
They feel naked without it.
Yeah, you just start them out like that, get a puppy, start them out as wearing clothes, get them used to it, adjusted to it. But some of them just don't like it. I think it all depends on the character of the animal.
Just like you have some humans who still want to wear masks.
Right. Yeah, I've been noticing that. See, I don't want to get into it big time, but the state of Illinois had lifted the mask thing except for hospitals and doctors' offices. But you still see, like you said, I'll go into Kroger or Walmart and you'll see like there'll be 2 lines or sometimes 3 lines, cashiers, and 2 out of 3 of them, there'll be that one guy wearing the mask. So it's not their policy. It's the employee choosing to do that. So yeah, they're just the chickens are the dogs are not brainwashed, but they're just, it's kind of like the dinner.
Bless you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you don't have to. The rest can go unsaid. We already know what you're going to say.
Oh yeah. Well,
that way you don't have to actually say it and get in trouble.
There you go. Thank you. Man, did I get the mute button in time, or did you guys hear that sneeze?
You were saved by the sneeze.
Oh, okay, good. Oh man. All right. So with that out of the way, I now have a clip that's sort of like makes you think clip. Because I was talking about the government and blah blah blah. Well, the whole spiel, Saggy. In Amazon line. But anyway, I gotta find that clip. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. Have a good day.
Have a good day. It sounds like it's going to be a while.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Good thing I got some gas for my stove so I can smell what he's been cooking.
Noodles.
Noodles of noodles.
Yeah. Pasta.
Pasta and salami, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the black people jump in.
Well, I mean, you had to go there, hero, didn't you? You just had to go there.
Yes, I did. I can't make this video bigger either, which is a shame because you kind of got to see the visual. All right. Well,
Hey,
here we
what?
go. Yeah,
on fire.
It kind of kicked in like at the perfect moment. But why won't this? I can't click on the video? How do I make it bigger? Hold on, guys. I'm going to reset this.
All the black people jump in. All the white people jump in. Everybody's getting along. Then a politician jumps in and creates a divide.
Oof.
All the black people jump in.
See, check it out.
Yeah, that's sad.
All the white people jump in. Everybody's getting along.
Yeah.
Then a politician jumps in and creates a divide.
Isn't that something, though? How that just...
It's crazy.
He gets his point across in a way that, I mean, he it's really neat, and how that is so true. Like, we were all getting along, and the politicians want to come in and they want to cause division, not only between races and whatever. I mean, they want to cause division between all people because, when that whole pandemic thing was going on, they wanted to cause division during that, and they succeeded successfully, unfortunately. And when the certain elections, I won't say which ones, were going on, they caused division during that time period by doing their thing. And so forth and so on. It's been like that for generations and generations now, where the government wants to cause a divide between us one way or the other.
Yeah, and they're trying to cut the pie into as many pieces as possible until you're segregating yourself into the smallest of the smallest slices possible, because that way your voice remains one of many. And because when all for one, it will actually be heard. If we all group together and broadcasted a message of unity, they would have to actually adhere to it. But since it gets split into the 16th, and it's one of the 16th that don't really matter, it's never going to be heard. And last time I checked, old, slightly overweight white guy don't get a lot of voice around here anymore. But I digress.
And my ADHD has kicked in, and File of Fire got a song in my head. She put salt and pepper. And I'm just sitting here going, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. Do 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 do. Yeah, that's where I went with the what you guys were
Yeah,
talking
you forgot to say salt and pepper. You forgot to say that they're here. Salt and pepper's here.
Yeah, right.
And they're in effect. Yo.
ADHD is a lovely thing.
But there was something I was going to say that affects us all. Oh, yeah. Another point I wanted to bring up while we're on topic is there seems to be a certain trend of reversal when it comes to segregation and when it comes to reversing the roles. Reverse racism is what I'm trying to talk about. And this especially applies when it comes to colleges. Because now you have these people who are TikTokers who are going on and saying
TikTok is the devil.
It definitely is. But they're going around saying, white men or white people do this and white people are evil and white people are this and that and the other. And then in the colleges, they actually are having now black only sororities and black only. I think they're pushing for black only bathrooms, but I'm not going to say that definitively. But this is just what I heard, and
that's just wrong.
Black only stuff.
Wrong.
And a lot of the people, a lot of people who are defending it are not defending it, but they're fighting against it are black people. Say why is it okay for us to put down whites the way that they used to put down us, but if a white person was saying all the same exact stuff or doing all of this stuff, which they did way back when, but he was like, this is definitely, and then we can't call it racism because we're white. It's not racist if you're white, is what it boils down to. I don't know. And there was a video I came across that actually this Asian guy, talks about exactly what's going on in society and stuff like that. And I thought I'd share it, but first I want your guys' thoughts on the whole reverse racism thing.
Well, I mean, I'll just go first and say that, I mean, there is certain parts of the world where it exists, certain work environments and actual places where the culture kind of creates that atmosphere. But I wouldn't say that it's something that affects me on my average daily life. But I can't say that nobody's affected by it.
Well, you know how I feel. I have a mixed child. So,
And that's the other thing that comes into the drop. You remember when they were saying no whites allowed?
But if it exists, it's a form of racism. Racism in any form is bad. I mean, nobody should be judged for the color of their skin. It's the character of their nature that matters. I mean,
exactly. Bingo.
So it
It's
don't
all
matter
about
what.
character. It has nothing to do with
If it's reversed, sideways, anything in between. If it's racist, it's racist. It's racist. It's racist. Period. Are you still trying to play it over there, Mr. Ebro?
Oh, yeah, I need to be looking for that, don't I? My bad.
What are you on?
Well, you know the answer to that.
Do I?
Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll down. A lot of Incredible Hulk stuff. Don't mean to tell me it's not on here. Huh.
What do you mean it's not on here?
Well, I wish I would have sent it because now I cannot. I can't find it. Wait, did I send it? Oh, here he is. Here he is. Hold on. I found him. Okay. Let's see how long this is.
Let's talk about what we're doing.
Okay, it's 16 minutes long. Obviously, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll watch bits and pieces of it, and you guys can comment in between if you like. So here we go. Share. I said share. Okay. You guys could see him on screen? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we see it.
To white people. There's been something going on for a while now that we're being told not to notice. More to the point, that we're asking white people not only to ignore, but to accept. The rising tide of racial hatred against white people. In the past decade, there has been a noticeable cultural shift in what constitutes acceptable speech as it relates to white people. Back when I was a kid, in the early 2000s, the mainstream American culture preached about respecting each other's differences and not seeing color. Nowadays, we say that not seeing color is racism, that you must see color. But the more I see how things are unfolding, the more I'm convinced that this is wrong. Back then, saying something offhanded about white people were seen as not appropriate, just as it would be to say something offhanded about people of any other race.
And you know what? It just reminds me that tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And I didn't even go into this with that, remembering that. So.
And I do celebrate that because, I have a mixed child and she has a right to know her heritage.
Yeah. Of course.
Way to our current times, in which there exists virtually no limit to what racial minorities can and do say about white people. I believe this is the natural outgrowth of a perverse ideology that teaches us that every societal ill, is the fault of white people, and that whatever prejudice acts we may inflict upon them does not constitute discrimination because we don't have the power to discriminate. And alarmingly, this is particularly pronounced in the younger generation. But is it true? Do we not have the power to discriminate? Well, let's see. First, let's take a look at the racial hatred at the interpersonal level. In today's society, it has become somewhat fashionable to think things and say things about and to white people that would not be acceptable if it was said about any other race. But we're being taught that this double standard is not wrong, that it is rather a form of empowerment. They'll attribute negative experiences that they've had with white people to their whiteness. You had an argument in line at the grocery store with a white person? They were acting entitled because they were white. A white driver cut you off while you were driving? They need to check their white privilege. Your actions, your conduct, and your existence, in other words, boil down to your whiteness. And ashamedly, at one point in time, this was how I used to think as well. And beyond the people in my circle, I noticed that many people of color have this sort of blasé attitude, an attitude most particularly pronounced when they're white people around.
All right.
I mean, I didn't mean to make you pause it, but I'm going to mute up for about 2 minutes. So don't ask me a question. I won't be able to answer you.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
Things are being said not just behind closed doors, but out in the open. Not just between close friends, but between complete strangers. So here's the thing. This is something that I've experienced countless times, so I know that there are other people who are experiencing it too. I know it must resonate with at least some of you. The difficulty here is that no matter how many anecdotes I share, they are just that, anecdotes. And people who refuse to believe that this is happening will just chalk it up to my experiences being a fluke. Or worse yet, they'll say I'm lying. So I've compiled some TikTok videos. I want you to take a look at the things that are being said about white people, especially by the younger generation, the kind of statements people wouldn't dare say about people of any other race. Take a look at what is stunningly in vogue in today's society and ask yourselves, where does this lead to years down the line?
Okay, I think what we're going to do is take a look at this video this guy has come up with, and I got to figure out the name of his channel and give him credit. I forgot to do that at the beginning.
Yeah.
But definitely, this is something to think about and reflect on, like what I was saying. But here is his
Final fire. Yeah, Bob, we all human beings.
human beans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beings.
beans.
But yeah, I really have never understood, and I always got upset when, people bash other people because in the end, we're all human.
Yeah.
You have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person.
Accomplices ask, how can they support Black and Indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
Can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired.
These are some things I noticed about white American culture. Being grounded is a punishment to them. That's what they call punishment. The least grounded, least balanced, most destructive race considers being grounded a punishment? Yeah.
The thing is, this lady's completely just stupid, by the way, but being grounded is about all you can do to your kids nowadays, especially as they get older. So I don't know what she's going off on, but
they also say really violent phrases. They say things like, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Why do we have to kill the birds? Why is everything so violent?
It sounds like a Seinfeld joke, the beginning of Seinfeld. Why do we have to kill the birds? And what is it with these birds? You know? Like, what in the world?
Violent. It's almost like one's language and phrases reflects one's nature.
So that new Jeffrey Dahmer movie on Netflix is the perfect example of the sensationalization of white violence. People have a much easier time sympathizing with.
Why do I feel like she's going to say to me, the princess is in another castle, but thanks for trying? She's got that. She looks like a mushroom. I'm sorry. Am I wrong?
Now you're being exactly what you're being, the pot calling the kettle black, my friend.
Well, I don't know. My hair right now is like, woof. I have to wear the sock hat like Tim Pool. It's not because I want to be cool like Pool. Just because I just want to keep my hair down.
Well, they wear them because it protects their hair.
Oh, I know. I was talking about the whole ensemble. You know, kind of looks like Toadstool a little bit. That's the joke I was doing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's take it from there.
White criminals than they do with black victims. People think these shows are harmless, but they actually contribute to a much bigger issue. It contributes to the viewpoint that white people are less violent than everyone else, and white violence is something to be consumed in media. That's it.
What is with Caucasian people and like their inability to like read a fucking room? Like, y'all act like you don't understand shit because y'all be the first ones during a conversation about the Holocaust to get so mad when black people be like, you do realize that the original Jewish people were black, right? White people do not need to explain to anybody about us all bleeding red because, baby, you all are the people that need to learn that lesson. Clearly, history shows that you all are the people that like to pillage.
And you, my dear, need a new dental plan because the current one's apparently not working for you.
Yeah. I'm not even feeling this video at all, man. I don't like watching it. It's like it triggers me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not even keep watching it. I mean, unless you just absolutely want to. I don't like it. I don't like promoting that message. You know, putting that vibe in my circle.
Yeah. The point is the fact that they're doing this, you know, it's in society, it's okay for white people to be trashed and to be called all kinds of names and, you know, stuff like that. But
I totally get what they're saying, and I don't disagree with it. It's just I don't like it, you know. I don't like listening to this lady talk. It makes me just want. I just want to. You know, it's gross to me.
Yeah. Well, that's the point he's trying to make by showing the videos that these are actual people talking like
it's TikTok. It's like I choose not to. I didn't install TikTok for a reason.
Yeah, I think we
now you're making me watch it. Dang it! Turn it off.
But it really is. It hits you in the face with the reality that it's kind of like that episode of Twilight Zone, like someone said a while back here about the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I don't like it much either because, I mean, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I've got a mixed child. That should say it all about
it's
me,
particularly bad
about my character.
It's particularly bad on mixed children too, because where do they fit in? They, you know.
I mean, if they split the bathrooms, then where in the heck is my kid going to go in the bathroom? She's mixed. Well, you going to split her in half?
Mm-hmm. But that's like that whole thing about the movie. Remember when what was the name of that movie? Marvel movie, Black Panther. When Black Panther the newest one came out, there was a bunch of people saying that white people should give up their tickets, the black people, and they should go and see the movie last. You know, does that sound fair?
No, not at all. And nobody in their right mind would agree with that. That had to have been some type of publicity stunt. And it sounds like it was semi-successful, because I remember hearing about that when that came out as well. But if you were white and you showed up on opening day, I don't think there were any reports of anything
I don't
actually
even like the
happening
words
to any
that,
white people.
that
But the fact that
everybody
you're even,
uses.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't even like the words that everybody uses for everybody, you know, with these different colors of skin. You know? I mean,
Yeah.
heck, I call myself a Heinz 57. When I asked my mama, you know, what some of my heritages were, she said, well, some of the ones that I do know, she's like, you're Cherokee Indian, Irish, Dutch, German, and English. And I was just like, I had a big question mark above my head. And then she said, possibly African American, but I don't know. I'm like, okay, thanks, Mom. I'll just call myself Heinz 57. Because that was a saying back in the day for somebody who really don't know their.
Well, that's good for anybody who. That's really practically true for everybody who hasn't actually did a DNA test to find out exactly what they are. More often than not, people are mistaken about their heritage.
Yeah,
it turns out.
DNA, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a race that they could hate. Guess what? You could probably have some of that, you know, in your DNA. So
I think that's happened actually. To some people,
it's happened quite often
that are in those particular groups. I'm not even going to mention them on the air, but you guys all know who I'm talking about. One of those guys could find out they have some black in them, you know, or Native American or whatever that those kind of groups are against. Next thing you know, they're on the chopping block.
Yep, they have to hate themselves.
Yeah. But no, seriously though, I mean, we're all mixed with so many different things anyway. So the term mixed is like,
I just teach my child, grow up to be comfortable in your own skin.
Mm-hmm. But the term mixed is even like misspoken, because what does that mean? When it comes down to it, we're all mixed. We all have.
Yeah, there's very few purebreds in this world.
Right. No.
Like, I mean, you still have, I guess, the patriarchal lines in England still exist to some extent, and there's still some dynasty family traits that exist in the Orient, but short of something like that, we're all kind of blended together with something at some point, because it's just bound to happen. It's just human nature.
Absolutely.
You know, I never agreed with the term race either. It's like, you got this race or that race or this race. Why does it all have to be? Why can't it all just be nationalities instead of race? We're all part of one collective race, the human race, right? We're all the human race. If it see, here's another way I think the government causes division. When they were talking about politicians, it was probably politicians that coined the term race and had set up all these different races. Like before that, we were just all one people. So again, you know, they're trying to divide and conquer the government. I mean, as far as that goes, I don't know. It's just my opinion, but yeah, we're just all part of the human race. And I think I'll end that subject on that. What do you guys think?
Well,
yeah, I feel like I said what I got to say.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I said what I needed to say. If you got anything to add to it, go right ahead, Amazon.
Well, Philo Fire said, what if we found out some of us were part Lizzie? Well, Well, we'd be hybrids.
Some people are
Yeah, you
part
got to
lizard.
accept everyone, even hybrids.
Some of them are just full blood lizards. But anyway, what else have we got on our plate tonight, guys?
Well, I'm sure Amazon probably has some creepy crawlers.
Well, would you like to do the microscopic stuff first, and then we go into the creepy crawlers, or would you do vice versa?
Well, either way, it's your segment, and I think you should decide what you want to do with it. But before you do that, I'll give you time to decide because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. So I'll get my computer going here. It is now time for Amazon Lion's Creepy Critters. Amazon Lion, take it away.
All right. Well, if you will go into chats above Saji's Christmas tree deal. You will see something that looks like a leaf. I would do the second looking leaf thing first because that's the paragraph. The first one is actually the video for after. I sent it backwards. So the second one is the one that we would want.
Well, that's a big picture. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and pop it up the screen here. Hold on, I gotta reset everything.
There was one that I was going to show around Christmas time, but I did not get the opportunity. But I didn't think it was as scary. And I actually thought it was quite neat and cute. And it looks like
it doesn't always have to be creepy if it
right. I mean, you would never think that there was a creature on this leaf if you were just walking.
No, but it's still fascinating, and it's amazing to look at, especially that close and that angle. It's not something you see every day.
You know, and that's what I like about it. Things you don't really see every day that you don't really notice is there. You know, it's a really fascinating world. It's a barren caterpillar. The perilous life of a common barren caterpillar. As a nature photographer, I always keep a close eye on the wildlife in my backyard when the seasons change. Once the monsoon rain started bucketing down, the mango tree in my backyard started hosting a very delicate life form, the eggs of a common barren butterfly, Euthalia acanthia. The tiny water drop-like eggs hatch into hungry little caterpillars, and they start to eat everything in their vicinity. Once in their larva form, They molt multiple times and become longer and plumper. It then becomes quite difficult to spot them, as they sort of melt into the backdrop and become one with the mango leaf that they call home. With a yellowish white spine and a bristled appearance, the caterpillar is quite attractive. But against a mango leaf, it is almost impossible to tell them apart, their spine lining up with the midrib of the leaf and their feather-like bristles almost invisible against the green. After all a caterpillar wants is to eat and not be eaten.
It's mastered the art of camouflage, Hebrew.
Yeah, that's what the egg looks like. Isn't that weird looking?
That is.
Kind of looks like a half of a pea. It's a
It
little.
looks like something out of a sci-fi movie where the alien base is.
Yeah. I think that thing looks like if you tried to eat it, it would spike up into your throat and it hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
check that out. Oh, look at it. You can't even hardly see it.
Yeah.
Took me a second. Look at that. That's bizarre.
Ugh.
Wow.
Whoa. It almost looks like a snowflake.
Yeah.
They're munching away at that one.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's weird.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
The caterpillars become active at night, which is when they feast on the mango leaves. Mostly the caterpillars were busy in the nighttime, which was when they feasted upon the mango leaves. For me, it became a daily routine, observing them and trying to capture them on camera. Then one day, I was thrilled to find another common barren butterfly egg on a half-eaten mango leaf. The resident caterpillar of the leaf, for whatever reason, ate around the egg, as if recognizing the egg as the same species. More likely that there was plenty of juicy mango leaf for the caterpillar to eat, instead of attempting to eat what was clearly not a mango leaf.
Hmm. It kind of looks like Zorak. Whoa.
Yeah, see how it ate around the egg?
It looks like a creature monster guy from Zelda or something.
Yeah, and he's looking at you.
Ugh. With an arrow.
Looks like he left just enough leaf for the whatever comes out of the pod to eat its way down the leaf and have its first meal.
What if he hatches the opposite direction?
He's definitely he started off on the wrong foot.
The wrong side of the bed. The wrong side of the egg.
Wrong side of the leaf.
The caterpillar ate around the egg on the mango leaf. Alas, the successful transformation and metamorphosis of eggs into beautiful butterflies is never a guarantee. Even before the eggs can hatch into tiny caterpillars, some predators and parasites can prove deadly. I observed the same egg that had survived the eating frenzy of the caterpillar being attacked by a wasp. The wasp proved itself to be a parasite as it injected its eggs into the butterfly egg. Thus, once the wasp eggs hatch, the larvae are ensured to definite source of nutrients. Sorry, I had trouble reading that. I later observed the same with common varan pupae injected with wasp eggs that eventually gave birth to wasp larvae instead of beautiful butterflies. Ultimately, it's about how nature ensures balance. The parasite wasps prevent the colonization of caterpillars and thus ensures the survival of the mango tree, on which plenty of other organisms are dependent.
I'll be dang. No way. Whoa. Yuck.
Well, it must not bother you too much. I hear you munching in that background.
Oh, yeah, I am, aren't I?
So the wasp larvae essentially take over the body of the caterpillar so that a wasp baby will be born instead of a regular caterpillar baby.
Yeah,
it really is almost like the Borg taking over, but it's the wasp taking over the caterpillar instead of the Borg taking over the human.
Crazy. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's that wasp.
Dude. Ugh.
Right. And there you go. So if you want to show the video.
Show the video.
Yep, and then we have our microscopic part if we have time to show that.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. You gotta make sure it's not from the BBC or anything like that.
The thing. You know.
Oh crap. Hold on. Wait, I can't.
Maybe make sure you don't play audio. That would be helpful.
What do you mean?
If you're not sure about the microscopic thing, don't play any audio from it.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Cole, you know the thing.
If I'm gonna play something, can't play video of BBC at all.
Correct. And I don't believe I grabbed anything from them.
All right.
It'll tell you on the page if you hit the down arrow, you can look and see who owns the rights to it.
Oh yeah? Well, here's the video. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Oh, I can't make the screen bigger?
Okay. No, that's pretty big. I mean, I think he speaks another language anyway, I do believe. But it's still, the video is still cool.
No, this seems like someone's home camera, Hebrew.
Yeah.
To me, it would seem like spider webs. Unless I got really up close, and then I would just think it was like a different kind of leaf. You know, I just would not think
that, so that's good.
But it's a caterpillar.
That is a caterpillar. Wow. You would never know.
No.
Larger than I imagined it would be as well.
Oh, yeah.
So now we have a what?
We have microscopic stuff to look at.
Microscopic stuff. Sounds good to me, Mr. Beanie.
And it is above the little creature I just did.
Mm-hmm. Do. It
kind of looks like puppies, but it's not puppies.
Yeah, it's definitely not puppies.
That's what it reminds me of, the shape of puppies.
Okay, this comes from Amazing Things Seen Under a Microscope Top Fives channel. Top Fives. So just to have that out there.
And you can put it out there, in the comments maybe when we're done.
Yep. It does look like actually it looks like little sea lions, I think.
I don't know, whatever it is, the picture was cute, but I don't know if the microscopic stuff will be so much.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Let's see what we got.
The
I'm
most
just as
advanced
surprised
found
as you are.
something that gives us an unparalleled.
You fast forwarded it.
That's because OJ contains a large number of different compounds, from vitamin C, sugar, and carbohydrates to potassium, thiamine, folate, and citric acid, which all leads to it looking very different under the microscope. Magnifying the juice by 100 times reveals a complex crystalline structure that looks more like what you'd expect to see in a mining operation.
I think we've seen this already.
Have we?
I think so.
Oh no.
We've seen some of these. The whole video is
possibly
19 minutes long. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. So, I mean, if there's something else that you would like to show?
Well, hold on. I think there's some things. Let's see. Let's start it here and just watch it.
All right.
The seed secure itself to the ground so it can begin germinating. Number 8. Peacock feather. There are 3 species of peacock, 2 of which are native to Asia, and 1 of which originated in Africa. And for good reason. They're known for being some of the most ornate and spectacular of all birds. This is because of the lavish feather trains that the males grow in order to attain the attention of potential mates, which display an array of iridescent colors. They are spectacular enough to see at normal size. But while from a distance you only really see the pattern of the eye shapes, a microscope reveals far more complexity. The incredible colors are formed by nanostructures within the feathers that are each a different color and will change their intensity depending on what angle you're looking at them from. When magnified by 500 times, you begin to see every minute line and curve of the feathers with the distinct bundles of barbules and the unique coloration of each segment. With greens, blues, golds, and more, it's quite difficult to photograph these in such detail because of the way the iridescent colors are so highly reflective. It is amazing to see in such detail that the mesmerizing colors of a peacock simply aren't the result of pigments like you may expect, but of interactions with light that reflects in different ways, depending on how you look at it, and surely means that an already spectacular creature becomes even more impressive. Number 7. Ensutite and cacoxanite. Most natural compounds that are dug from the ground look no more interesting than any other piece of stone or rock.
It looks like it has eyeballs.
They could well be hiding something beautiful on a microscopic level. This image shows 2 minerals, ensutite and cacoxanite, under 5 times magnification. It's unlikely you'll ever heard of them because they're not particularly sought after. Cacoxanite, for example, is a golden-colored mineral made up of iron, phosphate, and aluminum. It's often found in regions where...
Yeah, we have showed this before because I do remember the term.
No. My apologies then.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I remember the wormy looking things being Velcro and
Well, do you have anything you would like to show?
Well, I don't know. Hold on 1 second. I'd say we start wrapping things up and read all the not comments, but do a shout out and start wrapping things up. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me as well.
Cool. All right.
Unfortunately, they say about good things is they must eventually come to an end, my friend.
Well, exactly. Get your sound effects ready, Saji. Here we go. We got Philo Fire, Go Kart Bob, Bone Breaking Action, where microscopic things are real. We got DD74.
You can do better than that.
What do you mean?
That bone breaking action was kind of lame.
It was, wasn't it? All right.
Yeah.
Let me rewind it a little bit. Bone breaking action where microscopic things are real.
Now you sold me.
Much better.
Thank you.
There is only one rule, Ebro, and it's not to be lame, my friend. You almost broke it.
I know.
So even though I've showed that one before, would you still like to put it out there in the comments for others to watch that didn't get to watch it?
Oh, of course. We have Orvorimax was here tonight. Sweet Connie Joe. Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Eddie Von Kuhn, the real one with a wrench. And I guess that's all. That's all I see when I scroll up. Oh, and John Nada. John Nada was here as well. I haven't seen that guy in a while. So, for everyone who's hanging out in the Lurkers Lounge. Oh, did I mention Orvorimax? Orvorimax was here. And for everyone hanging out in the Lurkers Lounge, we appreciate each and every one of you guys as well. That about does it for Shifty Sunday. Guys, your final thoughts.
Nope, you pretty much stole mine. I just want to thank everybody who showed up. Thank both of you guys for having me on. And I'm glad to be part of the show. And carry on, my friend.
It was good to have you on, Sanji. Glad you could be here. And to our audience, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you're having a great week. Those that are not, I'm sending virtual hugs and lots of love. And you all are in my prayers. And Hebrew 77, it's been awesome. And I hope everyone has a great night. Bye.
Thought I had my mic on. I was talking a little bit. All right, cool. Thanks everyone for being on here. Thanks Saji and Amazon Lion, and thanks everyone out there at YouTube land who will watch this show later on. It has been a fantastic Shifty Sunday for Sagittarically Speaking and Amazon Lion. This has been Hebrew 77 saying so long, everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot. Do. However,
However,
Now that's a heck of a way to end the show. Just do it right then and there with your outro.
I'm doing it to it. I am ready for some incredible snacks.
Hold on just a minute. We're still in the air.
Oh, hi guys. You gonna eat snacks? Bedtime snacks?
Okay, there we go.